Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's Ron Father 916. Salute. Silly Ron Father. In the last few years, I have been sort of hooked to these matchmaking shows on Netflix. There's one called Jewish Matchmaking, and the other one's Indian Hat Matchmaking. And these are not game shows. There are actually matchmakers trying to find a couple and to get them hooked up towards marriage. It's a lucrative business. And I I like people as a rule. I like all people. And I like learning about different cultures. So there are different things um, that I learned about Indian and Jewish matchmaking. So today, as I'm supposed to be working, let's laugh together. I'm going to get it out on time, but done. Uh, um, Today I got hooked on to Muslim matchmaking. Despite having Muslims in my family, I know very little about the faith, and my family members are in Southern California who are Muslims, so I don't really know. So once again, I was curious. Unlike Indian and Jewish matchmakers, matchmaking, the matchmakers were my age, 60-ish. And it's a very lucrative business. This is not a game show, like The Bachelor, pick a flower. No, these are actual people looking to meet a match with the goal of marriage. And there's a lot of counseling involved because some people I know, I date. I had a recent date just a few days ago. You'll have to see the video. Um, but I still date. And um, there are rabbit holes that I fall into. Today on Muslim Matchmaker, I found myself identifying with a couple, and also related to the much younger matchmakers. One is in her 30s, and the other one's in her 40s. The lady in the 40s is very direct. People I like. I like people who are direct, tell you the truth. You know, take it straight. I reserve the right to hate your guts for a few days, but I appreciate you. But I could relate to one of the couples. You go out on a date, right? And you're meeting yourself for the first time. Now, through the years, I've learned coffee, no sit down dinners, not even fast food, because the worst thing ever is to be out on a date and dislike them before they bring out the menus. Then you got to sit through salad and all. No, I ain't doing that. I've had dates that lasted 5 minutes. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Have a nice day. People who are so insensitive or sort of locked into themselves or the whole 9 yards. Like, I'm out of here. Um, but there was a couple that had instant chemistry. And I don't know about you, but that is so rare, where you sort of lean into each other and you sort of mimic each other. One person leans in, the other person leans in, the other one leans back, they all lean back, and you don't realize you're doing it. And this is one of my problems. It's one of the holes I fall down repeatedly. So I need to call the matchmaker to ask them for help. But since I can see it for free, I learned something today. I learned something. And because when you meet somebody after going through, dating all these trolls and mistakes and the whole 9 yards, and you meet somebody and you really like them on the first date, I become obsessed. You know, calling, texting. Um, I'm that person who can see us 5 years from now walking hand in hand in Battery Park in New York, or looking at the bay. And I have to say, all right, big fella, slow down, pump your brakes. But that's hard because I have that personality that goes, I like it. I like it. And I do become obsessed. Not in a stalkerish horror movie way, but it's like, I wonder if I'm saying too much. I wonder if I'm calling too much. I wonder if I'm texting too much. What if it's just me? What if I like them and they don't like me? All this bullshit that somebody my age should be over with, but hey, I'm human. So the matchmaker spoke to both of them. They asked them how the date went. And you could tell from the smiles it went really well. From the moment this couple sat down, there was just all this chemistry. And uh, the girl said that, yeah, I sent him 30 texts. And she goes, so she paused. She goes, did you get 30 texts back? You know, and the woman said, yeah, I got 30 texts. She goes, well, first of all, I need you to stop those texts. If you're sending 30 texts a day, you're not working. You're not focusing on anything. And I could see where she was going because basically what she's saying is you need to think of something else. Because if you keep talking in this short amount of time, you're going to run out of things to talk about. And so I walked away going, Rodfather? Gee, I think I've learned something here. And I actually wrote it down right here. I went, I need to do that. You know, not that this date I had the other day, bless their heart, was chemistry. I was so self absorbed and insecure out of practice that I missed half the date. But apparently, it was a good date enough that they want to see me again. But I'm curious, how are you on dates? If where are your errors? What holes do you fall in? What could you do better? I'd like if you would put it in comments and maybe we can all talk about it together and go, yeah, I do that. Yep, I do that. I do that. Meanwhile, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe on YouTube. Appreciate it if you follow. And if you have friends who are dating, you might want to share it. Start a conversation on your link. And here, I'm just curious. Nobody's watching. Your mom's not on this channel unless she's following me, as she should. But right now she isn't. So we could have this discussion. What do you do? What do you think you do wrong? What could you do differently? Meanwhile, this the Rodfather in color. If my hair doesn't match my beard, you may want to adjust the color settings on your computer, tablet, or phone. Kidding. Bye.